What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. I hope you are all doing well as we dive into Witch Queen. It is week 5 of the new expansion, and today is my first video going over some of the legendary weapons, specifically the ones that you can craft. Now today we're going to be talking about Syncopation 53, but before we jump into the video, if you can, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out. Thank you all so much for the support. Now, with Syncopation 53, it is probably my favorite pulse rifle of the game as of this moment. And I know we have Peace of Mind, and that's a great weapon as well, but it doesn't really fit my playstyle because I typically like to use the rapid fire pulses in close quarters combat when we have much smaller maps like Anomaly and stuff like that. But for the most part, in most of your engagements, medium or even long range engagements, adaptive frames are my personal favorite. Now I do love the aggressive frames. The Messenger is probably my favorite, so that's more centered around PvE. This isn't really a PvE video. If you are looking for a pulse to play with for PvE, I would really just stick with the Messenger. Now this weapon does come with Frenzy, Headstone, and Vorpal weapon, but like I said, I really love Desperado, especially for high-end PvE content, because we have unstoppable rounds this season, and it really just lays into those beefy targets, and it really stuns them at a quicker rate compared to just the standard fire rate of adaptive. So for me, PvE, I'm always going to use the Messenger. Now back to this video. For PvP, for this video, I actually did level up the weapon quite substantially, and I am at like level 50 or so. Now you don't have to be that high to actually get these brand new specific traits, but for my specific role, I am using Fluted Barrel, Ricochet rounds. I'm also using enhanced Zen Moment as well as enhanced Rangefinder. Now we're going to start at the top. I'm mainly using Fluted Barrel because I like the handling. The handling increase really, I just like the feel of the weapon. That's just the way I like it. I don't like my weapons to feel very sluggish, so Fluted Barrel is just what works for me. You can also use Arrowhead Break, that's probably the most popular, but for me, Fluted Barrel, I just like the lightness of the weapon. I'm also using Ricochet rounds for an increase in stability. I know we have other mag perks that we could use, but for me, I don't want to use extended mag. I really don't want to use anything else. The two options that I would currently use is either high caliber rounds or ricochet rounds. I decided to opt for ricochet rounds because I want that extra stability. Now, enhanced Zen Moment also improves base stability as well as gives you increased stability for landing shots. So that basically turns this weapon into a laser beam. You land some shots, and each shot fired just magically finds your enemy. So I really like Zen Moment. Moving target really is good as well, but I don't really see the need for it. With Zen Moment, enhanced Zen Moment, anyways, you get improved to stability, which is the base stat, plus you get stability. So it's like you're getting 2 additional perks, whereas moving target, enhanced moving target anyways, you just get a little bit faster movement speed. So I was really just doubling down with Zen Moment to give me a little bit more consistency. And that's really what I'm going for with this whole weapon and all these roles. I'm going for more of a consistent weapon. I want something that's going to perform, and I don't have to get kills or do any special requirements to actually proc the perks that I'm trying to use. So for like in the next column, for Focus Fury, Vorpal Weapon, Head Seeker, even Frenzy, all of those enhanced traits, they're okay. They work in their certain respective areas, but they're just not for me because I'm trying to make my weapon consistent as possible without actually having to get a kill. So like enhanced Head Seeker, that's a great perk if you aren't as accurate as you should realistically be. But for me though, I normally always hit my crits. So if I want to take advantage of enhanced Head Seeker, I have to hit body shots and then hit a headshot, which I'm not trying to do that. I feel like I'm slowing down my TTK. I really just want to get the kill off and then just keep on moving. I don't want to have to sit here and try to aim the weapon at the chest and then get the headshot. For Frenzy, you have to be in combat for a certain period of time. For Vorpal, you can only activate that when Guardians are in their supers. Otherwise, it's useless. Another useless perk is Enhanced Focus Fury. There's no point in me using that because I have to deal half of the magazine as precision damage. If you miss a shot, well, oh well, I guess you're not getting that precision damage. You have to expend more bullets before you even get the weapon damage bonus. And then you have to reload and then find another opponent so you can actually use the damage that you're getting. So for me, Enhanced Rangefinder is a top tier perk for PvP with this pulse rifle that I would absolutely pick over anything else for PvP itself, because you get increased handling plus increase in zoom magnification, range, all that good stuff, and it helps the weapon perform better in those long range to medium range engagements. Now, when opponents come up on you real quick and you're on a shorter map, sometimes I'll just hip fire, and that works too. But for the smaller maps, I would use like Peace of Mind. That just works better in those areas. But for maps like this with medium to, like Widow's Court style range or Volstock or whatever, you're gonna excel a lot by using a pulse rifle like this. The fire rate's not bad, and it's just so consistent. You don't really have to do anything. That's the whole purpose of this weapon, and that's what makes it a god roll for me. For me, myself specifically, I would always pick Fluted Barrel, Ricochet Rounds, Enhanced Zen Moment, and then Enhanced Rangefinder. And let's not forget that this weapon does have the Suros Origin trait, which basically states reloading grants this weapon bonus handling and reduces incoming flinch for a short time. And that is fantastic because I'm doubling up on stability, I'm doubling up on improved handling, and it all just mellows out and works together. Now in this gameplay right here, I'm not using any specific mods that relate to pulse rifles. I do have Ophidian Aspect on, but I'm not using targeting mods, I'm not using flinch mods, I'm not using anything like that. And the weapon is just phenomenal. I absolutely love it. I want you guys to give it a try as well. I think you will all love it too if you just put in the time to craft it. That's really the only thing. And that really brings me to another point. Bungie has basically turned Witch Queen into a casual / hardcore Destiny style game. Because if you're a casual player and you like to play with a certain type of weapon, aka a pulse rifle, or one of the other weapons that we can craft, which I will be going over in the future as well, you can actually take your time and just craft a weapon that you want. You don't necessarily have to go for the adept version of certain weapons and strikes or trials or raids if you don't have the time to do that kind of stuff. And with the adept versions, you always have to keep grinding to find the role you want. Whereas with this, as far as crafting goes, for the casual player who doesn't have that kind of time, they can just put in the leveling experience for the weapon, use it all the time, level it up, and then go ahead and unlock these enhanced traits and have a solid weapon. And that also brings to my attention the fact that enhanced traits, are they actually better than adept weapons? For certain perks, I actually feel like they are, for the fact that I don't have to sit there and grind for hours to get the adept version that I want, and I could just sit here and craft a weapon. It almost makes adept weapons seem kind of useless. For most players, I feel like adept weapons are no longer going to be sufficient enough for them to even go after, because with weapon crafting, you can pretty much craft whatever role that you want. Whereas adept weapons, you kind of just have to keep on going and grinding over and over again until you get the weapon that you want. Now, for me, I personally rather craft weapons because I know that I'll be able to get the weapon that I want with just very minimal effort. Now, as far as the adept weapons, you got to have a team. For trials, it's a pain in the ass. People struggle in it. I've struggled in it before, especially since I play solo. Grandmasters, you got to go on LFG, or you got to get with a good clan, and hopefully you got some great clan mates. That way you can actually play that kind of stuff. If you're just a regular player like myself, you may have a hard time getting adept raid weapons. And I do have some adept weapons, but it's not like I have an overwhelming amount like some other players, because I just don't have that type of I guess partnership. I don't have those friends that play Destiny like I do, especially with like clanmates and stuff. It's hard trying to get a team together for a raid and everything like that. So weapon crafting definitely appeals to the casual player. I guess like myself, I do like playing Destiny a lot, so usually in my free time I do play a lot of PvP and whatnot. But for me to go flawless in trials, I have to play solo, and that could be hard sometimes, because you could go on win streaks and then next thing you know, you're playing with people that aren't as good as you, and then you're struggling. So it's hard either way to really determine what's better and what's not. I really feel like Bungie has satisfied both sides of the spectrum, because weapon crafting appeals to casual players, as well as adept weapons really apply to those people that have a lot of friends and people that have great clans, and they can actually go in there and really try hard to get that stuff. So, you know, it's hard for me to say, but as far as adept weapons go, I kind of feel like weapon crafting is better. I feel like the enhanced traits are better than what you get for the trouble of getting an adept weapon. You do get a little bump to all your stats and stuff, and you can put on those custom mods, but at the end of the day, if I can get Rangefinder that has improved handling and zoom magnification, I'm going to go with that over just getting a little bump to reload speed and impact. I don't care about that stuff. That's not going to make or break me just by getting a couple extra points on my overall stats. I like significant increases that really show the difference. And that's what really improves the overall efficiency and effectiveness of each weapon inside of Destiny 2. I do plan on going over the rest of the weapons that are available to craft inside the game. I am expecting next season as well that we will get new weapons that we can also craft. I didn't want to make this video too long, so I'm trying to speed it up a little bit. If you like this content, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Once again, it does help me out and I really appreciate it. I will be going over the rest of the weapons, like I said, at a later date. I'm trying to level them up as well. I will see you guys inside the next video. I hope you all have a wonderful week.